There's no special formula for a successful escape to the country.
Wow.
It's definitely a sight. Wow, totally unexpected.
But a clear wish list,
Once you've had an ensuite, believe you me, you won't be going back.
a little essence of escape enchantment,
Yep. Wow.
and a sprinkling of luck can help to make those dreams a reality.
Oh my God.
It's just unbelievable, really.
Oh, you're making me go. Hang on a minute. This isn't in the script.
Cheshire. Charm? You bet. It has it by the bucket load. Cheerful? Definitely. It's the beating heart of the Northwest. And as for choice, plenty, especially when it comes to rural homes. If counties could name drop, then Cheshire would be king. From the music world, you've got the likes of Gary Barlow, who was born here, and Harry Styles grew up here. Sporting personalities include Paula Radcliffe. And from the silver screen, you've got Mr. Daniel Craig. Yes, James Bond himself was Cheshire born and bred. Now, he might not live here any longer, but the fact that he once did so, that's good enough for me. Cheshire sits in the northwest of England, surrounded by 5 English counties and bordering Wales to the west.
I think Cheshire has the quaint small twee villages, it has castles, it has history, it has canals, it has the rolling pastures, you've got the hills of the Peak District on one side, you've got the rolling plains of South Cheshire, you've got the cows grazing in the fields, has a bit of everything.
The market town of Knutsford regularly tops lists of the best places to live. Buyers are lured by its historic homes and modern mansions with excellent connections to Manchester and Liverpool. Those with the deepest pockets seek out their des res in the village of Prestbury. But you're just as likely to see a tractor rolling down the pretty main street with its abundance of boutique stores as you are a roller or even a Bentley. Today's escapees are looking to leave city life behind for a more peaceful setting, somewhere they can bring up their daughter and be surrounded by nature with wide, open countryside. And here in Cheshire is where they've decided to do it.
Hi, I'm Andra.
Hi, I'm Dan.
And Sandra's over there. Say hello.
Hi.
Childhood sweethearts Andra and Dan grew up in Romania and moved to Manchester 10 years ago. They have careers in beauty and IT and live in this suburban semi, but now they're starting to think about schools for their 2-year-old daughter. They're focused on a family home in the Cheshire countryside.
So I'm a very visual person and I've got like vision boards all across my wardrobe. This is like holidays and stuff, and on here, this is where I have the dream house, and this is something that we've had for years now.
It's also framed in their bedroom.
First thing that I see when I wake up, and we even have it in Dan's office. Come, let me show you. What we love about it is just because it's immersed in nature, it has a little drive, but yeah, this is the dream right here.
Here we want to have more space, we want to have nature all around us. We're working from home quite a lot,
Yeah.
so it's important that our home and the surroundings are just great.
We've spent a lot of time for the past 10 years focusing a lot on building a career and just working a lot. And now we want to spend more time as a family.
Dan and Andra want a detached property with 4 bedrooms and a large private garden. It must be within the catchment area for good schools, and they want to be part of a community. For the perfect home, they have a budget of £925,000. I can understand why Andra and Dan are keen to leave city life behind, especially when you've got a little one. I mean, Sandra's 2.5 now, and all the decisions they're making are about the three of them as a family. They're after wide, open spaces, stunning scenery, new communities to meet and make friends with. And I love Andra. I haven't even met her yet, but the fact that she's got a mood board, she's got a vision of what that perfect house looks like, that's pretty impressive. I just hope her idea of the perfect house and ours are on the same page. Before we head to our first house, we're getting better acquainted in the grounds of our Cheshire hotel.
Well, I have to say welcome to the stunning Cheshire countryside.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very excited.
Are you?
Definitely.
We've always wanted to do this, but I think we've been seriously thinking about the move since our daughter was born.
It's about almost 3 years now, and it's time for us to think about schools, and now is the time to make the move.
Yes. And I love, Andrew, that you have a mood board where you've got pictures of this dream property.
Yeah, it's also helping Dan understand my vision a little bit.
Well, we are super excited. Thank you for putting your trust in us. We have some splendid properties lined up. Should we get started?
Let's do it.
Come on then.
Our search starts in the south of the county, in the market town of Nantwich. Its historic streets are lined with all the modern conveniences one could need. The train station has regular direct services to Crewe, Shrewsbury and Manchester, plus there are 5 primary schools and 2 secondary schools, all with good Ofsted ratings. A leisurely 25-minute stroll out of the town along the Shropshire Union Canal brings us to this beautiful barn conversion. Approached via a bridge over the canal, it enjoys uninterrupted rural views.
So, come on in and take a look at your first property.
From outside, it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Had you considered a barn conversion at all?
It wasn't something that we've looked at a lot, to be honest, because I know that a lot of barn conversions can be quite dark. From the outside, it looks like quite spacious, so I'm keen to see,
as well to see
how
inside.
it is from the inside.
Shall we start our very first tour?
Yes,
let's
please.
do it.
The exact age of the barn is unknown, but it was converted into a home in 2002. It is actually attached, but just by one wall at the back. The present owners have made significant changes, including taking down a wall to create this sociable, spacious kitchen with room for dining and relaxing.
We love an open plan. And I like
Yes.
the fact that the kitchen is connected here with the dining. We can all be together as a family.
And it's large, so you've got a seating area there, so a little sort of drawing room, which would be great to keep an eye on Sandra while you're cooking.
I think as a size and the space, it's very similar to what we want. So the open kitchen. One thing for me is the views from the kitchen. It's not
Yes.
right hitting the spot. It's lovely from this side,
Yes.
but I cook a lot. So when, if I were to be cooking, I feel like the views are not hitting the spot. But the space is really nice.
Right, okay, let's keep going. Off the kitchen, a bright central reception hall is in use as a children's play area, with enough room for a sofa. Off this is a downstairs loo and the main reception room. So this, in a way, is the formal sitting room. This has access out onto the courtyard, and that's where the horses look over.
I like this room. It has quite a lot of light,
Yes.
which we like. So.
And I like the access to the garden.
So it's working so far?
I think so, yeah, especially in terms of space.
The layout is
the
good.
layout for now, yeah, it makes sense for us.
Yeah. How big is your current house?
Smaller than this, so this would definitely be like an upgrade.
Yeah.
An extra living room,
Yeah.
yes.
Behind the living room is a ground floor bedroom being used as an office.
I think for a study this is perfect.
Yes.
Or a playroom.
Or a playroom, of course. I think we have
if
quite a few options for playrooms.
That is true. That is true. But this is a good size.
Upstairs, there are 4 further bedrooms. A cosy single, another slightly larger single with a sweet porthole window, and a third single, all share a spacious family shower room. And then,
Down the end of a very long hallway is the main bedroom,
Oh, this is nice.
with its ensuite as well.
Yeah, you always wanted an ensuite.
It'll be nice. Yeah, it's a luxury.
Haven't got
I
one at the
think-
moment?
No.
Oh.
No.
Once you've had an ensuite, believe you me, you won't be going back. Totally spoiled.
No, this room is nice.
Like the
as
wallpaper
a
as well.
size, as the views, the window there.
Yes.
This is a lovely room.
outside, in addition to a small rear courtyard, there's a large walled garden at the front of the property and a paved patio to the side.
We would have loved the back garden though. This is obviously the barn only has the garden in the front. It's beautiful.
Yes.
It would have been nice to be in the back as well.
But it is a very beautiful garden.
So let's give it a whirl, shall we? What do you think our beautiful barn conversion is on the market for?
I'm going to be optimistic and I'm going to say £800,000.
Dan?
I was going to go around 800. I'm going to go £810,000.
£810,000. Are you ready for this? Deep breaths. Asking price is in the region of £870,000.
The house is immaculate. It doesn't feel like the price is necessarily too high. It's more, I think, getting to know the area a little bit better and what we can get with our budget.
Yeah.
Yes.
This delightful barn conversion offers up a sociable kitchen, dining and family room, a further reception, plus 5 bedrooms. The wonderful walled garden boasts views across the surrounding farmland, and it's on the market for offers in the region of £870,000.
It is a beautiful home, but what I love about them is they're realistic. They don't really know this part of the county too well, so you can't beat actually getting out there and having a look yourself.
Overall, I really like the house, especially the ground floor area. I think it's really lovely. It's not the perfect house, but it's definitely a very, very beautiful house.
I think it's a very good start. If this house would have had a back garden and also nice views, larger windows, nice views from the kitchen, it would have been almost perfect.
The market town of Wilmslow, 11 miles south of Manchester, sits in Cheshire's Golden Triangle. It's an area with a reputation for expensive houses owned by Premier League footballers, but ask the locals who live and work here and they'll paint a quite different picture.
The beauty of Wilmslow is that you've got the beautiful countryside, so you have that chance to go on lovely walks, be with nature, but also there's cafes, there's lovely little boutique shops, there's restaurants, there's bars, there's everything for everybody, but really with all ages.
The town's excellent state and independent schools are a big draw for families, whilst commuters appreciate the regular direct trains to Manchester in just over half an hour and London in under 2.
The high street has lots of interesting shops. I'd say everything's really independent, so there's just so many different things that you can find that you wouldn't find anywhere else.
There's also the Cars Park, 71 acres of parkland and woodland through which the River Bollin meanders.
It's lovely and quiet here.
Nice. There's a river nearby.
Reminds me a little bit of home, back home in Romania.
Yeah. Green. Nice
Green
and
all
quiet.
around.
On the outskirts of the town sits Wilmslow Kitchen Cookery School. It's run by Sarah Bridge, who moved here from London 6 years ago. She's showing our couple a super simple, family-friendly snack of homemade flatbreads.
So in here, we've got 100 grams of self-raising flour, 80 grams of thick Greek yogurt, and a pinch of salt. Excellent, Dan.
And hummus made with tahini, chickpeas, lemon juice and garlic.
When this happens, we call that artisanal.
Yeah, I was going for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the small plates in the middle of the table is just a really beautiful way to eat. It's really inclusive.
And especially for children as well, I think they like to get involved.
They do.
Like Dan and Andra, Sarah's move was also driven by the search for good schools.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for us for moving in the area?
My advice would be don't beat yourselves up too much about getting the right school first. All the schools are good.
Great.
Yeah. So find the right house. Don't be so focused on school.
That's good to know, because we've been focusing a lot on schools.
Yes. Do you want to have a little taste? So rip a bit off and in it goes.
Oh, it's still warm.
Nice?
Excellent.
Delicious.
Well, this has tickled their taste buds. Now we need to find a home that tickles their fancy. Back on the road, and we're heading for the village of Malpas, 4 miles east of Cheshire's border with Wales. This picturesque village serves its 1,300 or so residents rather admirably, with a bookshop, a cafe, a village store with post office, a couple of pubs, plus a primary and a secondary school, both rated good by Ofsted. The next property we found is just a 10-minute walk from the village centre. And it couldn't look more like the home of Andra's dreams if it tried.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, this is great. Isn't
Yeah?
it?
Wow. You know, going back to the mood board, it's pretty much that house, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's very similar to what
Very
we
beautiful.
imagined.
That approach as you come up the drive.
Yeah,
Beautiful
those
garden
apple trees in
around.
at the entrance. They just,
Yes. You can tell that a lot of care has been put in the garden with the trees and everything.
It's certainly picturesque.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Should we start looking inside?
Yes,
Let's do it.
please.
Originally a 2-up, 2-down built in 1890, the vendor has added 2 two-storey extensions in the last 20 years. The reception hall leads seamlessly into this open-plan kitchen, dining and family room.
Now, a very different style and vibe with this property than the barn conversion.
I love it.
Now this is bright and airy.
And the beams, they just add to the character.
Yes.
How the windows fit in between the beams. It's just amazing.
A bit rustic,
Yeah.
but modern at the same time. Very interesting, yeah.
And the kitchen all together, same space. Yeah.
Very nice. A very, very beautiful room. Yeah. Even better than from the outside, I think. This is... Wow.
Are you
With
getting
a
that
pond
feeling?
over there, yeah.
Yes. And the views are spectacular.
I've got something else to show you next door.
Right.
So in a way, you've got a second reception room here.
It's bigger than I thought, actually.
It's actually been extended. You can just see that's where the original house would have
Ah,
finished.
that's it.
Then every window, when you look out the window, is just nature.
Yes,
It's
everywhere.
just green everywhere.
It's it's what I want, isn't it?
Very, very beautiful.
At the far end of this room, French doors lead out to the garden.
And it's so quiet.
So peaceful.
It's very quiet. Reminds me of when I was growing up at, at my grandma's in the village with no reception, like very, very remote. That quietness, that level of peace and quiet,
Yeah.
just nature.
I'm leaving Andrew and Dan to explore upstairs on their own.
And this is an interesting room. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
Such a quirky little detail with this as well.
Yes. Shall we have a peek?
Yes, go for it.
I think Sandra would love this. It's, she always wants to go in the attic. Ah, it's a play area. It's got a window here as well.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
This bedroom shares the family shower room with 2 further good-sized doubles. Andrew and Dan be wise to bagsy the 4th double bedroom with its luxurious ensuite bathroom for themselves.
Very nice.
Yeah, and look at the view outside the window as you wake up in the morning.
Yes, incredible.
It really is, Andra.
Well, lovely faces as you come out the house. Like, I can tell the upstairs hasn't disappointed, which is brilliant.
No, not at all.
Now, I can offer you quite a lot of land. How does 2 acres sound?
More
A
than
lot.
we thought about.
Yes.
As well as this large expanse of lawn, there's a paddock, an orchard and a wildlife pond.
I mean, that sounds great. I've always wanted a lot of land.
Yes.
So it's just
It,
amazing.
it looks beautiful,
Yeah.
to be honest. It
All
looks very,
around,
very
way.
beautiful.
Whatever
Yes.
direction you look, it's just beautiful. The
Yes.
only minus is the location. I think it would have been a bit closer to Manchester, I probably would have said yes on the spot.
Yes.
I think we have a lot of thinking to do, to be honest,
Yes.
because it offers a lot. And whether we want to come here, that's what we need to discuss.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how we get on with the price, whether this is going to shock you or please you.
I want to be optimistic and say it's on budget, so 9 to 5, I would say.
I would say the same,
Yeah.
especially with the land. I think, yeah, 9 to 5, top.
There is a reason we brought you here, because the asking price is in the region of £800,000 to £850,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
This detached Victorian home has been beautifully extended and modernised to create an open-plan kitchen dining family room, a generously proportioned living room and 4 double bedrooms. It sits on a plot of 2 acres and is on the market with a guide price of £800,000 to £850,000.
It's a very, very beautiful house. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's
Really is.
amazing. Really surprised us, I would say.
I don't think we would have ever even looked in this area.
No, we wouldn't have considered this
Yes.
house, this area. We would have said it's a bit too far for us.
Yes.
It's definitely opened our mind. I mean, it's definitely a contender. We just need to think about the area.
Yes.
A strong contender indeed.
This has been a really good day.
Very good day.
A really good, a little bit of travel, but I think the travel was worth it. And you're both enchanted with this property.
Yeah.
I haven't asked you though, what do you think Sandra would think of it?
She
would
will
love it.
love it. I
Would
can
you?
already see her running around and just...
Growing up around here, I think she'll love it.
Really?
Yeah.
She's always been my favourite. We're going to hit the road now. We're going to go back to see her.
Yes.
The catalyst for Andra and Dan's move to the Cheshire countryside is their 2.5-year-old daughter.
Yes, another one. Yay!
Who has just finished nursery and has come to meet us.
Hello.
Hi.
Which house do you think will suit her needs the most?
I think it's very clear.
We've only been away from it for a little while, haven't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think that's all we've been thinking about ever since. Yes, it's definitely been a very special find.
You said, you both had really happy, great childhoods in Romania.
Yes.
And the countryside and being with family was a huge part of that. Look at the face, the concentration on the face. You've got your ball, haven't you?
Yeah.
You sit with mummy. I mean, that's been an important part of this for you, hasn't it?
Yes, definitely. And while we're walking around the house, I was already imagining Sandra growing up there.
Really?
Yes, because it's such a magical place to be. You know, personally, I would love it if we get that house similar, closer to Manchester.
To Manchester, yeah.
It's the budget, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's making your budget work for you as much as
Yes,
possible. I mean,
yes.
but who knows? Don't want to give too much away. But is this your time now? End of the day, it's a little bit of a kickabout time.
I think
Yeah?
it is. Someone's
Should
looking
we
forward to
play?
play with that ball.
Let's kick it into
Yeah?
touch, Sandra.
Yeah?
Come on.
Let's go. Come on.
Yay!
That rounds off our day nicely, and I'm hoping we'll score again with our properties tomorrow.
So we had a glorious day with Andra and Dan yesterday. And Cheshire it's an intriguing and beautiful county because you get these hot spots, these beautiful bougie villages and towns that have price tags to match. Today's going to be interesting because, well, we're actually going further north. And the properties we show them are delightful, but a little bit more on the expensive side. And when it comes to our mystery house, well, what can I say? It has period charm with a historic twist.
Before we reveal our mystery property, we're viewing another house near the village of Sandyway, a 50-minute drive from the centre of Manchester. The adjoining village of Cuddington has a pub, a village store and a train station on the Manchester to Chester line. In addition to the 2 primary schools here, Northwich, 4 miles away, boasts a liberal sprinkling of good and outstanding primary and secondary options. The next house we've lined up in Sandyway is 1.5 miles from Cuddington village centre.
So a new day and a new property. And you've probably gathered we're more north.
Yes.
In terms of location, this is great.
Yes.
This is more close to what we want.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, this house is about 120 years old. It has been extended. It's the original old gatehouse to the manor house that is still in existence next door.
At first glance, it looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
The setup is very, very pretty.
And it looks good quality as well. It does exude quality.
Good. This is the back of the house, in actual fact. That's the back door. The front is equally pretty. We'll go in that way.
The vendors have lived here for the past 6 years and during that time have refurbished every room to a very high standard.
So a very generous hallway. And I'll start off in this reception room because, well, you get 2 for the price of 1.
Very beautiful. And the fireplace is insane.
Beautiful.
Wow, very
You know,
beautiful.
as I suspected, there's quality inside as well.
Yeah, you can tell they've done a very good job in making it modern, but still keeping the traditional touches.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I love the floorboards as well.
Well, we're loving this side of the house. Let's see what the other side has to offer. Don't think you're going to be disappointed. So you've got another reception room there, leading into a very spacious kitchen.
Oh, wow.
And dining here as well.
Yeah.
Super.
Wow.
Great.
And this kitchen is, yeah, the size.
You like the size?
It's really nice. I think it's a room that can change in time.
Yeah, exactly.
So probably to begin with, I would put some sofas where Sandra can play as well while I cook. But then in time, it might change.
Change into a room with a big table
with
like this.
Yes.
And everyone around the table gathering.
Yes. Christmas here is. Yeah, with the Christmas tree in that corner, right there.
Christmas tree test.
There are Christmas tree options a go-go in this house. I can imagine a lovely one in this reception room next door.
I like the views from here.
Yes.
A lot of potential. We could do a lot with this room as well.
Yeah.
Playroom, office,
Yes.
it's a reception room, even dining.
Yes, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
And you could pop another in this splendid central landing on the first floor.
Oh, wow.
This is like a hallway upstairs as well. And quite a big one. Huge, actually.
Looks very
Two
grand
windows
again.
as well.
Wow.
Unexpected.
I know.
So I always thought this house was going to hit the spot because of its location, because it's a beautiful home, but we have taken them further north, and Andrew and Dan have been very honest about that. The closer we can get to Manchester, the better. But the reactions we got were incredible, because I didn't think we could beat yesterday, but we might have done.
There are 4 bedrooms in total here. 2 good-sized doubles and a third slightly cosier room all share this opulent family bathroom, complete with slipper bath.
This must be the master bedroom.
Really large, spacious room. It's got the wardrobe space as well.
And the views out the windows are beautiful.
Yes.
The design is not to our taste, but I can definitely see this, you know, like
Yes,
our
of
style,
course, yes.
our style, easy.
Outside, the large double garage has planning permission to convert it into an annex, and there's just under an acre of garden, arranged across 2 levels and bordered by a brick wall.
What are you thinking about this property?
I think as a property is spectacular. It feels like it is the biggest one we've seen so far. Very beautiful. The number one thing, it's the road.
Yes, as Sandra said, the minus is the road, and it's such a shame.
What do we think the asking price is for this property?
I think it will be very top end of our budget, 925.
I agree with that as well. I think it will be over our budget. I would go 950,000 pounds.
The asking price is £915,000.
That's great.
That's very good.
Yeah.
This immaculately presented detached former gatehouse has a large kitchen breakfast room, 2 further reception rooms and 4 bedrooms. Outside, there's a double garage and around an acre of garden. It's on the market for £915,000.
The house is beautiful. I absolutely love the space. I love it. Overall, I think it's a very, very beautiful house.
I agree as well. All the rooms are big. I love this fireplace here, going on both sides. It's beautiful. I like the surroundings more for house number 2, but the house itself, it's bigger, this one. It's beautiful inside.
Cheshire might have a reputation as the home of the super rich and famous, but house prices aren't quite as high as you might expect. In the West, the average price of a detached property is just under £421,000, which is actually £30,000 less than the UK figure. But head to Cheshire East and the prices rise to almost £475,000.
The most sought-after areas are sort of particularly more towards North Cheshire, places like Knutsford, Altrincham, Hale and Wilmslow. These are traditionally seen as places that are really popular and are above average in terms of their prices compared to the rest of Cheshire, and that's because they're closer to Manchester and closer to the airport links, and they're quite affluent areas these days. But actually, since the pandemic, places like Tarporley and the surrounding area, we've actually seen quite a boom in people looking for these more rural places as well.
Here's a snapshot of what else is currently on the market. This Victorian semi has 3 reception rooms, a shaker-style kitchen and 3 bedrooms. On the market for £350,000. In the heart of Lim Village, this 17th century semi-detached cottage has an asking price of £695,000. It boasts 3 reception rooms, 3 bedrooms and a beautiful large garden. If you're in the market for a short break, this stunning barn conversion could be just the ticket. There's an open-plan kitchen, dining, living room and 2 king-size bedrooms, each with a modern ensuite bathroom. Sleeping up to 6 people, prices start at £155 per night for a 3-night midweek stay. It's mystery house time, and we'll find it in the hamlet of Gorstadge, just over a mile from the previous property. Ask the locals for a food, drink or shopping recommendation, and they'll likely steer you in the direction of nearby Holly's Farm shop. This family-run business started life in 1959 as a roadside honesty box. Today, it's an award-winning destination, stocking food, drink and gifts from more than 70 local suppliers.
So we've been here last Christmas with Sandra. It was absolutely beautiful, and we did say that this is something that we'd love to come to more often. So we're quite excited to hear that it's
Close
somewhere...
to the mystery house,
yes.
Indeed.
Very close. So I'm going to nip ahead. I'm going to get the mystery house all ready for you. Why don't you grab some coffees and I'll see you there.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The location is a hit. Fingers crossed the property will be too.
I mean, any house that has a water feature like this in the front and neighbours on that scale, it's got to be something quite special, surely.
Part of the former stable block to neighbouring Heatherstone Hall, the whole estate was developed into private residences around 40 years ago.
And not many properties have their own clock tower. Just look at that face. I can't wait to see theirs.
Dan and Andrea will have to compromise. For starters, the mystery house is attached to a neighbour on the other side of the clock tower. It's also Grade 2 listed, something they're not keen on. However, over the past 6 years, it's undergone a complete renovation by the vendors.
Andrea has a mood board with her dream home on it. But when you look around this kitchen, there's kitchens and there's a dream kitchen.
I think this home has got Andrea and Dan written all over it. Let's find out if they agree.
Oh.
Wow. This is a bit of an entrance, isn't it?
Wow.
Definitely a sight. Wow. Totally unexpected.
Very beautiful, and yeah, the clock on the roof is just, it's a very beautiful building.
Should we go and explore?
Yes, please.
Come on then.
Walking through the carriage arch, we come into the old courtyard.
It's quite a posh, stable entrance,
It is.
isn't it?
And up to the entrance, which is located in the single-storey part of the property.
So a very generous hallway leading into an even more generous kitchen.
It's a beautiful kitchen. It's stunning.
It's just the finishing touches.
Yes.
It exudes quality.
Yes. Very luxurious, but homely at the same time. And it's our style as well.
Yes.
So the colors are beautiful.
If this wasn't enough, you've got a beautiful utility room next door.
Right.
And beyond the utility is a cluster of rooms that include a contemporary family bathroom, this cosy sitting room,
Oh, wow.
and a bedroom with a study.
This could be something for our parents
Yes.
when they come and
Yes.
visit. It's a very, very good idea to have a bedroom at this side of the house.
It's back across the reception hall now to explore the two-storey wing.
This isn't any old dining area, is it? Leading through to here. It's so easy to wax lyrical about this property, this mystery house.
Well, this is
Next level.
Next level, yes. Yeah, it's a dreamy property. It really is. It's something you would see in magazines.
Yeah.
Upstairs, 2 double bedrooms, each with a dressing room, share a Jack and Jill shower room. The 4th and final bedroom has an ensuite.
Lovely.
And like the other bedrooms, also boasts a dressing room.
Which is for me, obviously.
For all your dresses and
Yes.
shoes. I
You got
love
nice views over the window, right?
very
Just
beautiful
trees
views,
outside.
What they don't know is the mystery house still has one more element to reveal itself. Oh, yes.
In addition to the rear courtyard and the large front lawn, this enormous, extremely private garden is tucked away at the rear of the property. It features a solid oak gazebo furnished with an outdoor kitchen and seating area, and, wait for it, beyond there's a private patch of woodland.
Oh my God.
Now,
Oh my God. Oh my.
It's just
Wow.
unbelievable, really.
oh, you're making me go. Hang on a minute. This isn't in the script.
This is way beyond my mood board. Let's just say that. Let's just say that.
There's only one thing I'm thinking. I really hope we can afford it.
So,
Yeah.
deep breaths. What do we think the mystery house is on the market for?
I would say an optimistic £930,000. An optimistic one, I would say,
Yeah,
yes.
I'll go 950.
They are looking for offers over £900,000.
Wow.
That's very good news.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I can't believe we can afford something like this.
Yeah.
You can.
This Grade 2 listed Georgian stable block conversion boasts a sleek, stylish kitchen diner, 3 reception rooms and 4 bedrooms. On a plot of just under an acre, it's on the market for offers over £900,000.
I think Sandra could have, in a way,
the childhood that we want her to have, because we are close to the schools, to some of the best schools. We are still close to our friends because we're near Manchester. But then you walk a couple of minutes and she has this beautiful garden, which is basically how we grew up. So she has the best of two worlds, if that makes sense.
She would love it. I could see her running around here and everywhere. She would absolutely love it. I didn't think something could top House 2, but it did, definitely.
So that's our 4 options for this countryside move all toured. Cheshire has really delivered with this very tempting selection.
Well, Andrew and Dan had a strong budget and we certainly saw some fabulous homes here in Cheshire. But big question is, have we found the mood board dream property? Let's go and find out. So, Andrew and Dan, where are we at?
We are definitely very interested in the mystery house. We're going to have another viewing tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Fantastic.
And most likely we're going to put an offer in.
I don't want to get too excited. That's wonderful, because we got really close with our second property.
Yes, it really was everything we wanted. But looking at the location and our lifestyle and everything, it was just too far. The mystery house had everything that we wanted. With the compromises, obviously, it is attached. It is great to list it, but those were not our priorities. Our priority was the space, was the view, the location. It had everything that it really mattered to us.
It had everything we asked for, and then some.
It gives us a lot of opportunities to grow as a family in that house, in that space.
Yes.
My goodness. Oh, OK, here's the deal. You invite us back, whatever happens, so that we can come and see you in your new home here in Cheshire. Is that the deal?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It has been such a joy. All the very best.
Thank you.
Big
so
hugs
much.
to Sandra, and thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much for everything. It was amazing.
We love it when a plan comes together. And Andrew and Dan really loved all 4 of the properties we showed them, but the fact that the mystery house seemed to give them everything they wanted, and then when they saw that surprise garden, well, that was the icing on the cake. So much so, they're going for a second viewing and seriously considering putting in an offer. That's a little bit of a win in my book. We wish them all the very best with their move here to Cheshire, and I'll see you again very soon.
If you would like to escape to the country in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland or Wales and need our help, why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.